sense organs. The organs which have the sensation like hear, vision, taste, smell, touch is known as the sense organs. We know in our body they have 5 sense organs that are ear, nose, tongue and skin. These sense organs are very important to us. Without these sense organs, we cannot fulfill our life. We know eye is useful for the vision, ear is useful for the hearing purpose, and skin is useful for the touch. But today I would like to tell about internal structure of the sense organs. Okay, let's start with eye. Structure of the eye. Eye is one of the most important sense organ. It is the photoreceptor. Eye contains eyelids, eyelashes and eyebrows and lacrimal glands. These eyelids, eyelashes and eyebrows are helpful to protect our eye from the strong sunlight and dust particles. And lacrimal glands are used to secrete the tears. The secretion of tears is known as lacrimation. In the emotional situations like fear, wrath, excess amount of tear is released. This is because of these lacrimal glands. The eyeball is located in the eye socket and there is a thin layer which is present at the front of the eye is known as the conjunctiva. This is the conjunctiva. And only 1/6 part of the eye is visible to us. And now we discuss about layers of the eye. There are 3 layers of the eye. First one is sclera. The sclera is the outermost rough, non-elastic and white color layer, and this is the sclera. These sclera blends to form the cornea, and this is the cornea. And second layer is the choroid. Choroid is black in color and it contains a lot of blood vessels, and this is the choroid. With the help of this choroid, the pupil and iris are formed. This is the pupil, this is the iris. We observe that in Aadhaar card they take the photo of the iris. This is because in every person the iris is different. So it will taken in the Aadhaar cards to identify the people. And behind the people there was a biconvex lens. This is the biconvex lens. This biconvex lens was divided into 2 chambers. First one is the aqueous chamber. The space present between the cornea and the biconvex lens is known as the aqueous chamber. This is the cornea and this is the biconvex lens. The space between these two is known as the aqueous chamber, and this is the aqueous chamber. And next one is the vitreous chamber. The space present between the biconvex lens and the retina is known as the vitreous chamber, and this is the vitreous chamber. This vitreous chamber is filled with a jelly-like fluid, and third layer is known as retina. The thin light sensitive layer which is present at the back of the eye is known as retina, and this is the retina. This retina contains 2 types of cells. First one is the rods. the dark, the pigment which is present in the rods is known as rhodospin. In our eye, there are nearly 125 million rods. And second one is the cones. The cones are helpful to see in the bright lights. The pigment which is present in the cones is known as the iridospin. In our eye, there are nearly 7 million cones. And next one is the functioning of the eye. This is the structure of the eye. When the light enters into our eye, it must pass through the biconvex lens. When the light rays are passed through the biconvex lens, the image on the retina looks like say upward object like downward and right side object like a left side object. We already discussed in retina they have rods and cones. And cones help us to detect the color and rods help us to detect the shadow of the gray. Then these retina was connected to the optic nerve and this is the optic nerve. These optic nerves send message to the brain. Then brain identify the proper image and send to the eye. Then we saw the proper image. All this function was happening within seconds. So we saw the proper imaging within seconds. This is the information about the eye and next one is the ear. This is the structure of the ear. The ear is the sense organ for the ear and ear is also known as pinna. This is the pinna. In this pinna there are two types of glands. First one is the sebaceous gland. These sebaceous glands secrete oil. It is help us to keep our ear canal lubricant. And second one is the ceruminous gland. These ceruminous glands secrete the ear wax. It is mostly present in the ear canal. It is help us to keep away the dust particles. And this is the ear canal. And we observe in this ear canal there is a thin membrane which is known as the eardrum. This is the eardrum. And entering into the middle ear, there are three important bones which are malleus, incus and stapes. Stapes is the smallest bone which is present in our entire body. And next one is the functioning of the ear. This is the structure of the ear. These external ear collect the sound waves and it will enter into the ear canal. In this ear canal there is a eardrum. These sound waves are striking to the eardrum and converted into vibrations. These vibrations are entered into the middle ear. In this middle ear, stapes transmit the vibrations to the oval window and then to the cochlea and then to the cartilage. And finally these impulses are sent to the brain through an auditory nerve. This is the auditory nerve. And brain detects the sound waves and identify what is the sound and where it is coming. This is the information about the ear and next one is the nose. This is the structure of the nose. The nose is the sensation of the smell. The nose has two nostrils. These nostrils are leads to the nostril cavity and inner side of the nose is known as the nostril cavity. This is the nostril cavity. This nostril cavity was divided into two halves by a nostril spectrum. This is the nasal spectrum. And nasal cavity was lined with a mucous membrane with a small hair and olfactory receptors. These are the olfactory receptors. This mucous membrane and the small hair help us to keep away the dust particles which are entering into our body through the nose. And next one is the functioning of the nose. This is the structure of the nose. Nose is lined with a mucous membrane. This mucous membrane contains smell receptors which are connected to the olfactory receptors. All substances have some molecules of vapors. When these molecules of vapors are touches to the smell receptors, these smell receptors send message to the olfactory receptors, and olfactory receptors send message to the brain. Then brain detect the smell and identify whether the smell is good or bad. And this is the information about the nose. And next one is the tongue. This is the structure of the tongue. Tongue is the sense organ for the taste. Our tongue is made up of a voluntary muscles. That means we can move our tongue as we possible. Our tongue contains 10,000 taste buds. At the walls of the papilla, this is the taste bud. Like these taste buds, in our tongue there are 10,000. The sense organ like taste and smell have a coordinated relationship. That means they depend one another. Most of the people think there are 4 types of taste, that are sweet, sour, bitter, salty. But there is also a 5th taste which is known as umami. This umami is a savory flavor. It is mainly present in the protein-rich food items. That means meat, seafood items and cheese, etc. It is mainly often by the Asian countries. And next one is the functioning of the tongue. Our tongue contains 10,000 taste buds. Each taste bud has a cavity with a pore. This pore is known as taste pore. The epithelial cells surrounding the taste bud form a receptors. These receptors and the supporting cells are connected to the cavity. Each receptors are connected to the nerve fiber. All these nerve fibers are connected to the main nerve which is known as HOLYER. These HOLYER send message to the brain, then brain identify the taste and identify whether the taste is cold, hot or other else. And next one is skin. Present temperature, and it is also a largest organ present in our body. Each sensation has separate receptors. That means tactile for the touch, facial for the pressure and nociceptor for the temperature. The skin was divided into 2 layers. First one is the epidermis. And this is the epidermis. The outer layer of the skin is known as the epidermis. This epidermis contains sweat pores and small hair. Further, this epidermis is divided into 3 layers. First one is the conified layer. This conified layer contains dead cells, and second one is the middle granular layer. This middle granular layer contains living cells, and final one is the inner malphizian layer. This inner malphizian layer contains continuously dividing cells. That means the cells divide continuously throughout the life. And second layer is dermis. By the way, this is the dermis. This dermis is made up of elastic connective tissue and it contains sweat glands, sebaceous gland, hair follicles and fats. And next one is the functioning of the skin. The main function of the skin is to protect our body and regulates temperature and eliminates the unwanted substance in the form of sweat. And we observe that some people are black and some people are white. This color difference is based upon the pigment which is known as the melanin. This melanin decides the tone of the skin and it is also stimulated when we are exposed to the sunlight. It is very important to us. It will protect our body from the harmful UV rays. And these are the totally 5 sense organs present in our body. Thank you for giving this nice question.